So starting off week 2 of my horror movie marathon, my little wrap up here. Started off on Sunday with Ginger Snaps. I love that movie. I just have to say, I really, really enjoy that take on the werewolf. The thing I noticed this time that I don't think I'd noticed before was maybe somebody can tell me more because I didn't have the DVD to watch it on, so I didn't get any commentary or bonus features or anything. But was the wolf change like a permanent one? When the werewolf transformed, would they be a wolf forever? Or was it actually something that would come and go like the traditional werewolf curse? I never really knew how to take it with this one, but I love the movie. It's a really fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's got the chick from Freddy vs. Jason, the one that they kill at the barn party. She is the lead, or at least one of the two leads. And the other girl, I was noticing she looked really familiar, and I couldn't place her where I'd seen her before. And I went and I IMDb'd her, and the best I can say, I think there was one other thing I knew her from, but the best thing I could recognize her from was the receptionist at the abortion clinic in Juno. And that's just weird. But that kind of started me on a backward slide for the week. As I mentioned last week, I was at a funeral. I had to fly in and out of Connecticut. And Ginger Snaps was Sunday's movie, and I didn't get to watch it until I got home that night. I was really tired, so I watched maybe about 20 minutes of it and went to bed, and I had to catch up on it on Monday. And then Monday, I was supposed to watch The Rage Carrie 2 in anticipation of the now playing podcast review that's going to come out on Tuesday, which is the day I'm recording this. And I still haven't finished that movie either. It is so boring. It is so boring. And I think I put this on Facebook, but I'm 26, and it really weirds me out to watch movies that take place in high school where all the high schoolers look like still older than I am. They're got to be like pushing 30 easy in this movie. They are all way too old to be in high school. But it's just, oh my god, it's an awful movie. It's so bad. And I have maybe like half an hour left, and as you can tell by me filming this, I am doing everything I can possibly think of to give myself an excuse not to watch the rest of it. I'm going to finish it because I've gotten this far. I need to finish the stupid movie just to be done with it. But oh my god, is it awful. It is so annoying, and I'm just dreading watching more of it. It just, oh no. I guess I'll come back tomorrow with my final thoughts on it. If maybe there's something redeeming it. I really doubt there's anything redeeming at the end, but maybe there's a redeeming factor coming in here. So I have no clue, but oh my god, it's bad. It's so bad. I feel like I'm talking about an Assassin's Creed figure here, and yeah, you guys are gonna hate me for saying that. But yeah, oh my gosh, it's really awful. But the major cool redeeming factor is tonight's movie that I'll be getting to shortly is The Hills Run Red. So love Hills Run Red. At least I know I got something great to look forward to tonight. And well, actually, to add to the awfulness, I have Carrie 2 on my computer, and I didn't want to bother bringing it in the bedroom to watch it while I was going to sleep last night. So my alternative, the better movie, I decided to grab and throw in the DVD player. For some reason, I was possessed to grab Hellraiser 3. Like, in what universe is that a better move to make? But the only thing good about that is it got me listening to the Motorhead / Ozzy Osbourne song Hellraiser, which I think was recorded for the movie. I'm not really sure. I don't remember the timeline on that. But that song is like 800 times better than Hellraiser 3. Like, if you're like, oh, I've never seen Hellraiser 3, do I want to watch it? Just listen to the song, and you've done better for yourself than you have by actually watching the movie. But I guess the reason I really wanted to watch Hellraiser was because, and don't mind me getting all up close and personal with the camera, but my eBay auction came in the other day. I got my female Cenobite. So excited. This has been a holy grail figure of mine for years, and I never thought I'd get her for a reasonable price. But now she's in my collection. Now I just gotta wait till my paycheck Friday and see if I could buy myself the Butterball Cenobite, and I could have the full set of 4 and maybe get both of these guys along with Chatterer knocked out for Clive Barker week. Totally two figures that I would not have intended to review for that, but we could be doing it. We could we'll at least get female. I will be reviewing female for sure. If I can get Butterball in time, I will take care of him as well. But yeah, freaking excited. Oh, she came mint in box too, so I'm sure people will hate me for opening up a rare figure. But she had all of her accessories, her diorama piece, everything. So freaking awesome. But yeah, back to watching Carrie 2 and stop distracting myself from watching awful crap. Alright, I'll finish this up a little later.
Alright, so it's still Tuesday night, and I'm making yet another video for the Rage Carrie 2. Can't skip the trailer. I'm putting in Hills Run Red. I was about to start watching that, but apparently I cannot skip the trailer for Freddy vs. Jason before it, because apparently it came out on Blu-ray. Wonderful. But anyway, so yeah, towards the end of the movie, and I don't even care if I spoil anything for anybody because it's awful, so don't ever watch it. But there is a scene where she launches CDs at people and kills them with them. And all I can think of is, wow, I was watching Hellraiser 3 opposite this. And if you've never seen Hellraiser 3, there's a Cenobite called CD. And guess what he's made out of? And guess what's impaled in his flesh? Yeah. So, Hellraiser 3 and Carrie 2 The Rage, or The Rage Carrie 2, I just watched both of them on one night, and they share that wonderful similarity. It only makes me happy to know that now in this age of digital media, the chances of just shooting somebody full of gigabytes to kill them is probably not going to ever come up in a movie.
So I went ahead and got at least part of my Halloween costume. I still need some coveralls and a knife, but I picked up this mask at my local comic shop. It is a Trick or Treat Studios Michael Myers mask from Halloween 2. They had it this version and with the blood tears coming down. I was really leaning towards the blood tears, but I figured this is more iconic Myers and I could use it for other Michael Myers dress-up opportunities. I don't know, but I just decided to go this way. I'm wondering if you could even hear me right now because it's probably muffled audio like crazy, but not a bad mask, really actually pretty high quality. I was thinking about maybe doing a review on it, I'm not sure. On one of the sides here, it's got the pinhole from when Laurie stabs Michael in the neck in the first movie, which is pretty cool. The hair is a little crazy, but that's to be expected. I gotta mess with it some, but overall, I think the detail on it's really nice. It's got the flesh-colored bottom here. So, let me get this off. Yeah, that's like way too... I just had a bunch of DVDs fall over. But yeah, that's way too hot to sit there and do the rest of this video with. But anyway, so as I left off last time, I was just starting to watch The Hills Run Red. Love that movie. It's a great slasher flick. If you're into Friday the 13th or Texas Chainsaw or some of those, it's really good. The end, I realized this time, before it was one of those things where I was like, oh yeah, it's, commenting on the state of horror movies at the time or whatever through the movie. This time it really came off as preachy. It's like, okay, dude, you made your point. Not feeling this quite so much, but overall it was really enjoyable. The end twist is always a favorite of mine in horror cinema. It's a really great end twist. Just top recommends for that film. I really hope that we get more to that story one day because I love it. And then for Wednesday, I got to Re-Animator, the movie that I said before that I'd seen. I watched it about a year ago, and I remembered nothing about it at all. And why am I doing this without my glasses still? Because now I can actually see. Hey, that's awesome. I can see now. But I remembered nothing of it. And the more I watch, I'm like, nope, I don't remember a thing about this. But I really enjoyed it this time. It really reminded me of, this is going to be an odd reference, but it reminded me a lot of Gwar. And if you don't know, Gwar is a band, a heavy metal punk-ish band. And if you've ever seen, well, Holliston's even as obscure of a reference, but yeah, the lead singer's on that show. But, guys are dressed up like these crazy, disgusting aliens. They go on stage and they have people come out dressed up like, all kinds of pop culture figures, and they slaughter them on stage and spray fake blood and other bodily fluids all over the audience. Sounds disgusting, but it's a really great time. But the end of it really reminded me of that. You got people with their heads chopped off, which is like the exact same kind of costumes that they use on the Guar show, where it's very obviously like somebody's head is inside the neck of a costume with like the severed part on top. It's obviously the arms are way too far down. They're kind of like hunching their shoulders up to look like the shoulders are at the right level, and there's just blood spraying everywhere in an unnatural fashion, and intestines are wrapping around people and trying to choke them. I really enjoyed the end of it. The beginning of it, maybe not so much. It's one of those movies where I feel like it was hard to plant which protagonist you were supposed to follow, because I had always heard, Re-Animator and Herbert West, they go hand in hand. He's obviously, the thing that sets everything in motion. He is the one who reanimates people. But he's not really the villain, and he's not the hero. He's a plot device. He's a supporting character. That's really strange to me. I mean, could you imagine watching A Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy's just a means to an end? I mean, I guess that my best example could be, this is really awkward, but if Freddy vs. Jason had gone Freddy's way, where Freddy was gonna get all the kills and all the glory and come back in like full death mode, and Jason was just a means to an end. Jason was just the thing to get people to think about him, and then Jason's kind of just off to the side in the background, whatever, for the rest of the film. That's kind of what I felt like here. I have not seen the sequels, obviously. I just, I pretty much might as well just watch the movie for the first time last night because I remembered nothing of it. But I'm curious going forward with sequels, because I know there's at least 2, right? Would Herbert West return, and would they make him the protagonist going forward, or would they keep him, just in the background as a supporting character again? You follow somebody who's admittedly a lot more relatable than he is, but not really, I don't know, just kind of feeling incidental. But otherwise, fun movie. I had fun with that. It was definitely a good watch. Tonight, I am watching Bates Motel, the 1987 TV movie. I knew nothing about this going in, and as I did a little bit of research on the movie, I found out Lori Petty is in it, and I know her primarily from Tank Girl, and I mean, I like Tank Girl, kinda, but it doesn't really fill me with confidence that this is going to be anything fun. It's a TV pilot too, so that means it's not going to be conclusive at the end. It's just going to be, something. But yeah, so that's where I am right now. I guess I'll get back to doing everything I need to get done. So after watching Bates Motel, I gotta say, that sucked. I'm so glad it never became a TV series. It was just the epitome of awful. It was way too long. It mostly just focused on them getting the hotel and the new owner setting up in it. And there was a plot for the last maybe half hour tops that kind of might have been what a normal episode of the show would be like, but otherwise it was just this crummy setup, really broad comedy that just sucked. It just overall bad. So the 2 movies I watched for the podcast this week, this and The Rage Carrie 2, were both freaking awful. So that's always good. Tonight's Blair Witch Project. Tomorrow, Frankenstein 1910. That wraps up the week. So it begins again. Just like last year, I'm missing videos that I won off of Netflix. So right now, actually it was Amazon Prime, but Blair Witch Project is not available. So I'm going to have to wait and watch it later. I didn't have time on Friday to hunt it down and watch it. And then, of course, Saturday, as I said, very busy. But I did get to watch Frankenstein 1910, whole 12 minutes of video. Kind of weird because I watched it before and it was one of those things where you watch it just to say you've watched it. But paying attention this time, I mean, the beginning is basically a poor man's version of anything that happens with Frankenstein. They're very limited by the technology, but there are some cool shots of the monster being created. I mean, it's puppets and fades of more meat going onto the bones of the skeleton, but it's kind of cool. But the end of it
the monster is looking at himself in the mirror, and then he's just in the mirror and not really there, and then he turns into a man, and then Dr. Frankenstein shows up. I don't get that. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Was it supposed to be that he was the monster the whole time, and it never really was a real monster? Like, I really don't understand the ending there. But that wraps up week 2 of the horror movie marathon. Moving on to week 3.